morning, everyone. Welcome back to Catherine's Plates. I'm going to show you how to make swimming in butter biscuits. This is a 6-ingredient recipe for buttermilk biscuits. And if you don't have buttermilk, I'm going to show you how to take 2 ingredients and make your own buttermilk in no time flat. Okay? There's a ton of recipes out there for swimming in butter biscuits, but I'm going to tell you, I've compiled them and read the comments on a lot of these recipes and came up with this one here that really works. So, are y'all ready? Grab your jelly, grab some sausage and gravy to pour over these beautiful biscuits, or heck, just eat them right out of the pan. They're already buttery for you. Let's go. First thing you need to do is prepare your butter. Half a cup of butter or 1 stick. Now you can melt this in the microwave or on the stove top. There were some recipes that said to just put your stick of butter in your baking dish and put it in your oven and start preheating it, and that will melt your butter. But what will happen is also when you put your biscuit dough in here, you put it in the oven, it'll cook the bottoms of your biscuits faster, and it'll be more hard on the bottom of your biscuits. We don't want to do that. So take the time to melt your butter. I'm going to stick this in the microwave and I'm going to be right back. Now, many of the recipes call for an 8x8 or a 9x9 baking dish. Through a lot of the comments I was reading on this recipe, if you use those sizes, then the butter in your dish may pool over the sides of your dish, and it could cause an oven fire or smoke up your house. You want to get a dish bigger than that. Now I'm using, this is an 11 by 8, and that's totally fine. Or if you want to use a 9 by 13, you can do that also. Your biscuits will be just a little bit smaller, but that's okay. I've got my melted butter. We're going to pour it all into the bottom of our dish here. And then just even it out. Just make sure your butter is covering the whole bottom. I got some excess butter here, and that's totally fine. I'm just going to smash it out a little bit. All right, we're going to set this aside, and then we're going to bring over a large mixing bowl. To a large mixing bowl, we're going to add 2½ cups of all-purpose flour. You just want to put your measuring cup into your flour, then take the back edge of a knife, just kind of pat it down. And that'll give you an even spoon right there. This is half a cup. Now, if you're going to use self-rising flour, you're not going to need the baking powder or the salt because it'll already be in your self-rising flour. Now, all-purpose flour doesn't have that in there, so we're going to be adding that. Okay, I've got baking powder. We want these biscuits to really rise. I'm going to be putting in 1 tablespoon. Now, I'm using salted butter is what I'm using in the bottom of my baking dish, so you want to be very careful how much salt you put in. I'm only going to put in 1/8 teaspoon of salt. If you're using unsalted butter for the dish, then you can add some more salt to it, probably another teaspoon of salt if you'd like, or half a teaspoon. I got 1 tablespoon of white granulated sugar. I'm just going to take a whisk and blend this all together. Let's talk the wet ingredients. I've got 1½ cups of buttermilk. If you don't have buttermilk, you can use your regular milk, and then you would need lemon juice, or you can use vinegar. And you would put your vinegar and lemon juice in first and then fill it up with your milk. So since I'm using 1½ cups here, you would need 1½ tablespoons of either the lemon juice or the vinegar. Put that in and then fill it up to the 1½ cup of your measuring cup here. Give it a stir and then let it sit for 5 minutes. And then there's your buttermilk. So what I'm going to do, all you need is a wooden spoon. I'm going to slowly add in the buttermilk about 1/2 cup at a time and start stirring We're looking for a thick dough consistency here. Put too much in, it could look like pancake batter, and you don't want that. All right, so here we go. Half a cup at a time. And then just kind of stir to combine. Add another half a cup. Make sure you pull from the bottom too. You want to make sure you get all that flour incorporated. There we go. That's what it's supposed to look like right there. Pull this up for you. That's how thick it is. Okay, we're going to bring our baking dish back over here that has the butter in it. Now it's solidified a little bit, and that is totally fine. What I'm going to do is scoop out the dough here and put it all over the butter. Just a nice scoop. So just scoop it, and you want to spread it all over the butter. You want to go end to end. It'll work. It'll work, you guys. Okay, just like that. All right, I hope you can see the dough in there, nice and evenly spread throughout. I'm just going to take just like a steak knife. I've just got a paper towel here if I need to wipe off any excess, and I'm going to cut my shapes. So I'm going to cut all the way down. It'll give the appearance of biscuits. Okay, if you can see the cuts to make them look like biscuits. We're going to place this in the oven at 450 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes until these are nice and golden brown on the top. And that butter will be sizzling all around these biscuits. All right, the biscuits are out of the oven. They just came out sizzling on the sides from that butter. We're going to let these sit for just a few minutes. Then we're going to go in and I'm going to show you the insides of these. All right, I'm just cutting the squares. All right, let's look at how fluffy these are. Oh yeah. Nice and golden brown along the edges here. I'm going to turn this around. All right, nice and buttery along the edges from the bottom side of the dish. And as you can see, these biscuits absorbed all of that butter. Oh, look at the buttery backside. That's the side. That's the top. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Enough holes in there to put all your jelly or your sausage gravy. Let me give it a try for you. I want the buttery side. That's the bottom side. That is so delicious. Homemade buttermilk biscuits with 6 ingredients. One being a whole stick of melted butter that your dough sits on. You can't get better than that, you guys. This is delicious. I love the crumb of it. Perfect. All right, comment down below what you think of my swimming in butter biscuits. How are you going to make yours? What are you going to put on yours? Jelly? Maybe some sausage gravy? That would be really good. I have a recipe for that one. I'll link it down below if you want to check out my sausage gravy so you can pour that all over these delicious biscuits. Thumbs up, comment down below. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and that bell notification. That way you'll always know when shows like this one here are posted. I will see you on my next episode.